This is Module 1, Review 1, Question 4. It says, identify the translation rule to use to translate figure A to figure F. And then in the box over here it says, you will need to know what this means and how to write it correctly. For example, identify the translation rule used to translate figure B to figure D. They would do like this. Okay, so we have to first find out where figure A and figure F are. So figure A is right here, figure F is right here, and then we have to figure out where two corresponding vertices are. And let's see if we can find one that's pretty easy. Try not to get one that's like halfway, between the grid lines or something like that. So if we do this point and this point, it should be pretty easy. Alright, so let's look at the X. How did it move in the X direction? What direction and how far along the X-axis? So it started here and it went to here in the X-axis, or along the X-axis. So it went backwards 2, so X moved -2. Okay, and then the Y, and this is where we had the most movement, and we went from here to here. So we moved down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It moved down 12. So y minus 12. And then we need to make sure we write it correctly like they did in the box. So we did xy, and then the arrow, and then we did x minus 2, y minus 12. Okay, number 5 says name 4 pair of congruent angle pairs, and there's no picture to go along with this, so I'm guessing they're talking about, just in general, what are some kinds of angles that are going to be congruent. So if we think there's vertical angles are congruent, so we have vertical angles. When you have the parallel lines and the transversal, you can have corresponding angles. And you could also have alternate interior angles. And you could have alternate exterior. On number 6, it's saying name 2 angle pairs that are supplementary. Okay, so we could do same side, interior angles, those are supplementary. And then you could do angles on a line. Oh, sometimes those are also called linear pairs. Those are supplementary. Okay, number 7 says, given the triangles in the figure below, determine if congruence is possible to determine from the given information. If there is enough information for congruence, determine which criteria, SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, or HL, is used. If there is not enough information for congruence, determine which additional pair of information is needed to prove congruence. So on A, we are given that XY is congruent to LM, and let's see if they put that in. They did not, so we're going to have to add that to our picture. So XY is this side, and then LM is this side. And then they already had two pairs of angles that they've shown are congruent on the picture, so I'm going to use that also, even though it's not been written down as given. So if we look, we have one pair of angles that are congruent, pair of sides that are congruent, and then another pair of angles that are congruent. And the sides are in between the two pairs of angles, so that means we're looking at angle, side, angle for A. On B, we're given that ACB is congruent to DFE, and I think they're talking about angles on those. So angle ACB, and they've already put that on there, is congruent to DFE. They've also put that one. Okay, and then we have a 90-degree angle right here, and then they're saying that AB is congruent to DE. So AB is congruent to DE. They have also put those on there. And looking at it, it looks like I don't have HL. I know what you think. You think, okay, you have a 90-degree angle, look for HL, and you'd be right usually, but in this case we don't have anything to show that the hypotenuses are congruent, so we can't do HL. But what we can do is angle, angle, side.